Hello there, welcome back yet again to the Guided Dreams YouTube channel. My name is Dr. C.T. Onyema from Guided Dreams here in Ontario, Canada. Now this is a quick video I'm trying to create that I made specifically, I should say, for those in engineering pathways. So are you an engineer? Get in here, let's get going. Now I tried to summarize the immigration pathways to permanent residency for those in the engineering sector. Now, specifically, there are two main pathways for engineers to come and live in Canada. The first one is one we call the direct permanency residence paths, direct PR paths, and the second is the one they call paths that build eligibility to PR. So one is direct, second is the path that will build your eligibility to permanent residency in Canada. I'll take this one at a time. First, the direct to permanent residency path. Simply two ways. Either you go through the express entry or you go through the provincial nomination program. If you are interested in the express entry pathway, I've done 3 good solid episodes, 3 videos. Check out them. I would suggest you start from episode 1, go down to 3. Take your time. This is the best video out there by reviews. You would see about everything you need to know about the express entry pathway. Check out this video. The description is up here. Now, the second pathway is the provincial nomination program. Okay, now when we discuss the express entry pathway, just a tip, that's what I give you now. You have 3 ways. You have the federal skilled worker program, the Canadian experience class, and the federal skilled trades program. So you have the federal skilled worker program, the Canadian experience class if you have 1 year of experience in Canada, and the federal skills trade program. Now, express entry is basically one of the Canada's main system of economic migration. Okay, is electronic based and is a point system. Check out my video for all those. Now this year IRCC introduced what you call the category based program. They specifically introduced what you call the STEM, that is the science, technology, engineering, and math. Okay, so they specifically targeted a specific career path in the engineering sector, such as the civil engineers, computer engineers, those in the manufacturing, designers, and things like that. So in here, you will see a list of all the professions that we are targeted under the STEM and their various NOCs, that is National Occupation Classification, whether it's 0, 1, 2, like that. Check out these occupations, note down the NOCs, because it's very important when you're applying through the express entry. Now, the second pathway is what you simply call the provincial nomination programs, PMPs for short. So basically, the PMPs are simply ways that different provinces try to meet up their what you call the in-demand occupations. So they create out different pathways to help people to come in and meet their labor shortages. The only exemption here is Quebec. They have their own way of doing their own thing. Now, for example, the British Columbia, they have 7 targeted engineering professions in their PMP. So check that out. Remember, either the express entry pathway or the provincial nominee programs of different provinces. These are 2 direct ways you can come in as a permanent resident as an engineer. Now, if I move to the other pathway, which is paths to build eligibility for PR. Now you have 3. One is what you call the temporary foreign worker program. The second one is called the international mobility program. Then the third one is called the postgraduate work permit. I will break down these things in detail. Now, when we talk about the temporary worker program, what are we talking about? Um, this is a program that simply issues you what is called a closed work permit, because you are coming in as a temporary worker to work for a particular organization or an employer, I should say. So your work permit is tied to that employer. Okay, now you require LMIA for this. So if you're applying from outside Canada, make sure that the employer gives you an LMIA code or number, which you have to impute when applying for your what? Work permit. So under the temporary foreign worker program, there are two streams. You could have what you call the global talent stream and the high or low wage stream of the TFWP, which is temporary foreign worker program. So depending on your current wage, okay, depending on the current amount you are earning as an engineer in your country, you can apply either through the high or through the low wage streams. Okay, now the second one is the international mobility program. There are simply two significant components of this program. The two significant components is what you call the Canada, United States, Mexico agreement. It's a tripartite agreement that was reached by Canada, Mexico, and the United States. Formerly it was called NAFTA, but now it's called what? The CUMSA. So that is one component. The second component is what you call the intra-company transfer stream. This is a case where if your company has a branch here in Canada, they can easily request for you to be given a work permit, and they transfer your employment on the same level with the same company over here in Canada. That is also another pathway that engineers can come in and work here in Canada. Okay, now a little thing about the CUMSA is that for the CUMSA, I think they have about 60 jobs, okay, engineering roles among them in the CUMSA. So if you are from Mexico, from the United States, and you want to come here work in Canada, you can check out this CUMSA agreement under the temporary foreign worker program. Okay, now if we move on from there, I will go into the intra-company transfer stream. Just to buttress what I said initially, if you have a company and you have a branch in Canada, your company can easily transfer your program, your employment, I should say, to their Canadian branch. But you have to do the legwork to get that done. Okay, so due to the flexibility of this pathway, I know people that actually they've benefited from this. Now, the last among this is what you call the postgraduate work permit. Now, postgraduate work permit is a case where you come into Canada as a student. Though you're an engineer somewhere, you can come into Canada and do a year or 2 years program in an approved institution. That is an institution that has what you call the DLI, Designated Learning Institutes. Okay, now if you want to know if your school is DLI eligible and they offer postgraduate work permit, check out this my video. Now, it's expected that at the end of that your program, you'll get a postgraduate work permit. So you should be careful the program you are selecting and the institution. Okay, now if you do a 1 year program, minimum is 8 months, you get a 1 year work permit. Okay, if you do a 2 years program, you get 3 years postgraduate work permit. So with that, you gain a working experience while in Canada, and you gradually work your way through to permanent residency. If you are in Ontario, Ontario have what you call the Ontario Immigrant Nominee Program. They changed the eligibility this year. If you want to know about that as well, check out this my video. Now, if you are in Ontario, you can actually do a 1 year program and make sure that your 1 year program is in the right NOC. You will see that in this video. And gain your 1 year work experience, apply to the Ontario Immigrant Nominee Program. You get nominated, approach IRCC for permanent residency through the express entry through the provincial nomination pathway. Ontario nominates you, you go through the provincial nomination program. Okay, then IRCC definitely will get you out of the pool because it's a points-based system. So, to bring it all, engineers, you have other ways, which I've mentioned. You can come directly through your provincial nomination program or the express entry program. You can also come and build your eligibility through the CUMSA, through the Global Talent Stream, through the Postgraduate Work Permit, and through the International Mobility Transfer. Is it exciting and informative? If yes, why not give us a thumbs up, comment, let's hear from you. Tell us if this is helpful. And of course, subscribe to this video. I mean, what are you waiting for? It's free of charge. That will help us grow. That would also help you to be in the know each time we push out time-bound information. Thank you very much for doing that. And as usual, I will see you in yet another one.